A city in Spain bans black cat adoptions over fears of Halloween rituals. Reddit's artificial intelligence suggests users try a little heroin. Watch an advertisement, then get some toilet paper. China's bizarre new bathroom rule goes viral. These are the weird stories on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast. I got 3 kinky, strange, bizarre, bent stories for you today for Monday. Here we go. A town in Spain is banning all black cat adoptions over fears of Halloween rituals, long stigmatized for bringing very bad luck or for links with the occult. Black cats have found salvation in a Spanish town. This town is temporarily banning the adoption of any black cats to ward off potentially sinister Halloween, quote, rituals. I didn't know people were using black cats in rituals. I know these black cats have gotten a bad rap just for being black. And it's not just over Halloween. I don't know, if you dig deep into the data, right, you'll notice black dogs, black-colored cats are very much on the low end of adoption rates when it comes to pets. You could ask any adoption agency. They'll tell you, no one wants to take the dogs. No one wants to take the cats. You know, I'm wondering if it even trickles down into other pets like a black goldfish. Not that there's black goldfish. Goldfish are gold. But, you know, the other fish that are in the goldfish category, whatever you call those other fish, they're little pet fish that you buy at the pet store. There's black ones in there. I'm wondering if the data shows that they have a lower adoption rate as well. Black hamsters, black guinea pigs, I mean, they're probably finding it difficult to find a home. And what about pumas? I'll bet you no one's adopting pumas these days because their color's black and people have superstitions about it. And they don't, I heard they don't look good in photos. A lot of it is people say black pets don't look good on the gram, Isn't that terrible? That just tells you where we're at with pets. People want pets not because they want to give a loving home to some suffering animal that needs a loving home and needs to be loved and is willing to give love back. All everybody cares about these days is how does it look on their social media page. How sad. We've sunk very low as a society. All right, well, I've been rambling on and on. I'm so sorry. Let me get back into the article here. Any adoption or fostering requests for black felines are going to be denied from October 1st to November 10th to prevent, quote, possible risk derived from superstitions, rituals, or irresponsible uses. This is according to the Animal Welfare Service of a place called Terrassa, which is a town north of Barcelona. They're really putting their foot down, making a stand. I like it. Terrassa. Terrassa. Viva la raza, Terrassa. They're like, we're not going to allow you to sacrifice a black cat. Are people really doing that? Let's have it. Let's table this. I don't think people are sacrificing cats in rituals around Halloween. Here's what's happening, though. I've heard this happens and why this is not completely out of the ordinary. Here's what people do. They go to a pet adoption place in the beginning of October and they adopt a black cat and they keep it around as a Halloween prop. They'll feature the black cat in at their Halloween party in their house for the month, take photos with it, glue or staple a witch hat on its little furry head. It's just terrible. And then they'll bring it back right after Halloween's over. And so I know I've heard that this happens. So you will actually find a lot of pet adoption agencies. They'll put the clamps down. They won't let you borrow or adopt a black cat around Halloween. They also won't let you do that with bunnies around Easter because that happens. Someone will get a bunny for April and then they'll bring it back after Easter. Yeah, this is the problem. This is what's going on. Nobody's sacrificing cats around Halloween. Well, I'm not going to say nobody. I would never make a flat blanket statement regarding human behavior, which is the most psychotic thing going on right now. I'll just say that in general, no, people don't do this. They want the cat as a little Halloween pet, temporary, for their kids, and then they bring it back. It's terrible. Nobody, the cat's not winning here. Neither is the adoption agency because now they got to take it back. Now, the article I have here goes on to quote an animal welfare counselor named Noel Duque, saying last week that adoption requests for black cats increase close to Halloween for, quote, ritual purposes or, quote, as decorations because it's cool. Yeah, it's definitely the latter. The town hall in Terrassa could not look the other way when faced with this grim topic, said Noel Duque. who sits next to a ginger cat in his Facebook profile picture. Oh, does he sit next to a ginger cat, Noel Duque? When asked why he holds a ginger cat in his profile picture, Noel Duque, I'm sure, was quoted as saying, "Because I love animals." I don't know if Noel Duque said that, but I'd imagine he would. He's the most interesting animal welfare counselor in the world, clearly. Animal welfare groups warn that cats can be hurt, killed, or used as props during Halloween, and they're simply not having it. They're not having it. They're on the side of the black cats, and who can blame them? Terrassa, by the way, is home to more than 9,800 cats, according to the municipal authorities. Wow, fascinating data here. Almost 10,000 cats in Terrassa. It's a very popular cat place. I covered a place known as Cat Island last week. Do you recall? Place called Cyprus. They had over 1 million cats, and it was impinging upon their human population. There was about 1 cat for every human. It would seem it was a little out of control. That's actually not the most famous cat island. I didn't mention it during the show last week. So I wasn't really aware, but somebody sent me some information about a place in Japan that's really known more so as Cat Island. The island in Japan is called Tashirojima. Yeah, it's Cat Island is what everybody calls it anyways. There's videos about it. You could go there. It's a very popular tourist destination. There's a few cat islands in Japan. Apparently that's a thing in Japan. Cat islands. Someone told me there's a dog island somewhere as well. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do some research. I'll report back to base when I find Dog Island. Dog Island sounds like a much funner island than Cat Island. Just going to put that out there. I mean, why would you go to an island like Cat Island, an island where the animals that you came to be around just ignore you? I mean, imagine you show up to the shores of Cat Island. No cats are running up to you. You show up to the shores of Dog Island. Before you get off the boat, the dogs are on you. They're like, "Oh my God, look at you. Oh, so happy to see people. Who's going to play with me? Let's play." That's Dog Island for you. Far superior to Cat Island. Prove me wrong. Reddit's artificial intelligence suggests that users try some heroin. Are you a Reddit users? Any Reddit users out there? I'm a frequent, I don't know, I guess you would call me a Redditor. I'm on Reddit quite a bit. I find weird news on Reddit. I get my fantasy football news on Reddit. I watch the videos of comedians on Reddit. I'm on Reddit quite a bit. So I was fascinated to learn that apparently Reddit's got an AI. Didn't know that. Artificial intelligence built in. A lot of websites are doing this. They want to look cool. And you look real cool if somehow you bring artificial intelligence into your world somehow and offer it to your users. Well, this AI on Reddit apparently suggested that the users use some heroin. So it's more A than I would say. Yeah, not too much I. If you're suggesting that your users just immediately start shooting up. What's your follow-up to this, Reddit? You going to suggest that we lick a toad or get a pimp and turn some tricks? I mean, what do you got for an encore? I'd love to know what life advice you have for us. Now, the article says Reddit's conversational AI product. So they created an AI to have a conversation with you when you're over there, because we all want to talk to AI these days. Well, I mean, that's how you find your soulmate these days, right? We're doing it with AIs. Reddit Answers is what it's called. Reddit Answers is a product that suggested users who are interested in some pain management to try heroin. Well, they're not wrong. I mean, if you got some pain. Or if you're just, depressed. Heroin will solve most of your problems by, putting you on another plane of existence where your problems are not even aware to you. So, to be fair, this isn't the worst advice I've seen on Reddit. It's just not. I mean, maybe we ought to be trying heroin. I mean, have you seen reality lately? I mean, how do you? I mean, why read the news sober when you can just heroin? You can just put your head in your own lap for days at a time. I've seen them on the heroin. It looks like not the worst place to be right now, given the circumstances in today's culture. I mean, aren't you surprised we haven't seen billboards for heroin? I mean, heroin needs to take advantage of now in time. Got plastic in your balls? Try some heroin. Lost your job and can't afford Christmas presents for your kids because of tariffs? Try heroin. All right, let me get some more details. Maybe Reddit can tell us where we can get it to. I just want to. I'm being facetious, by the way. Do I need to tell everybody that on Weird AF News that I don't condone doing heroin? I really don't. But if you want to lick a toad to escape reality, that's all natural, so I'm all for it. So the AI-generated answers were provided by a chatbot on Reddit, and they're calling this an extreme example of some dangerous advice that AI can give one, even one that's trained on some highly coveted trove of user-generated data. Well, that tells you right there what your users are into. If your chatbot was based on user-generated data and it suggested heroin for pain management, then that tells me many of the users on Reddit are users of heroin. I would have guessed it was RFK Jr. that was pitching this as a solution. RFK Jr. would suggest heroin over Tylenol. All right, let me wrap up this article here. There's not much to it. It's apparently AI-generated answers were flagged by some users on a subreddit that was called Family Medicine. That's where the chatbot suggested, one approach to pain management is opioids, suggesting users try heroin and kratom, which is an herbal extract from the leaves of a tree called Mitragnia speciosa. Kratom is not designed as a controlled substance by the DEA, but is illegal in many states. Yeah, I've heard of this kratom, or kratom, as I've heard it referred to as. I haven't tried it yet. I hear stories on both sides of it. People say it's a nightmare, will ruin your life. Other people say, used in moderation, it can be an enhancement to your daily productivity and mood. So I guess there's nothing left to do but just try it, for me anyways. And then, then I'll report back to base. I don't really take the advice of anybody without having my own first-person experience with it to begin with. So that's just how I operate in life. I certainly would never take advice from or do what a chatbot suggests. I'm really getting fed up with these chatbots. They're everywhere now. I can't speak to a person. It's annoying me. Anyone else getting annoyed by these chatbots? Anyone surprised that a chatbot suggested heroin as a way to manage your pain? It's easy for a chatbot to suggest heroin. A chatbot could never OD. Chatbot's got no family, no kids. Chatbot can do heroin all day if it chooses to. All right, before I catapult myself out of this particular segment, I think it would be prudent if I reiterated the fact that I do not condone you doing heroin, okay? Weird AF News nor Jonesy condones or suggests that you do any heroin without first consulting a doctor. All right, is that enough to avoid a lawsuit? All right, I can't have somebody taking my hundreds of dollars.
When it comes to what your family eats and drinks, you know your choices matter. You're the expert because you know what fits your life. And getting it right starts with good information. That's why America's beverage companies are sharing more information about our ingredients at goodtoknowfacts.org. No spin, no judgments, just the facts straight from the experts for more than 140 beverage ingredients. Visit goodtoknowfacts.org.
Public toilets in China force users to watch an advertisement for some toilet paper. China's latest technological advancement in public restrooms has sparked some outrage and disbelief across social media and the web. New smart toilet paper dispensers installed throughout the country are requiring users to either watch some advertisements or pay a small fee before receiving any toilet paper, creating what many are calling a deeply unsettling example of commercialized basic necessities. And I'd imagine creating a situation where you're going to get vandalization of your TP/advertisement dispensary within the... Right? If I have to watch ads to get TP, how long before I just kick that thing in the screen, I'm at this point with advertisements. I'm sick of seeing them. I see them at the gas station. I see them everywhere. I'm watching an advertisement while reading this story about having to watch advertisements. That's how ubiquitous it's become. And it's just an indication of how society's gone down the toilet. Hey, I couldn't wait to use that one. We got some viral videos circulating on Chinese social media that show these toilet paper/advertising dispensers in action, which forces users to scan QR codes with their smartphones and sit through some promotional content, also known as advertisements, before the toilet paper machine will release a single strip of paper before it spares a square. According to reports, people can choose between viewing an advertisement or paying 0.5 yuan, which is roughly 7 cents per strip of toilet paper. Well, hey, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to celebrate in China if you get some public toilets you can go to. There's hardly any public toilets where I live because you can't have public toilets because homeless people will just ruin them, defecate all over them. It's Jonesy, how could you say that? Because it's true, man. It's true. They got to put locks on these things, otherwise they're going to be damaged and done. Well, I wish I could take you to the park that I play softball on Sundays in Santa Monica. Well, I'm not playing right now because I have a torn rotator cuff, but when I was playing, there's 6 bathrooms available, and they always only offer 2 because too much damage has been done, and they won't allow the others to be utilized. And even those 2 bathrooms that they make available, it's so hard to stay on top of it. It's just a mess in there. It's disgusting. It's horrible. I can't even begin to describe it. But this is basically why we can't have nice things in the U.S. We certainly can't have free public restrooms here. So I would welcome public restrooms if I had to watch an ad for some free toilet paper. So I got to watch an ad. I'd probably just carry toilet paper with me at this point if there was public restrooms that were available. Right now, you just have to go to, Starbucks, right? That's kind of our bathroom that we go to. Well, I'm like rambling on, and there's no structure to this at all. All right, this is called Monday. The public reaction to all this advertisement/toilet paper dispenser in China has been swift and overwhelmingly critical. Social media users have expressed their frustration with this system. One person writing, "I'm walking with my own toilet paper everywhere, just in case." Well, from what I hear, people in China carry their own toilet paper around most of the time anyways because these public toilets don't really offer free toilet paper. This is just what I've heard. It's hearsay, but it came from some legit sources. I have some comedian friends that have performed over there. So if that's true, where most of the public restrooms don't even provide toilet paper, or they offer it out of a dispenser outside and you have to pay for it, that's a thing. There's like a toilet paper vending machine. Then offering it for free while you're on the toilet, you have to watch a couple ads. If you're in a pinch, get it? If you're in a pinch, though, that might work. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, this article, should I get back into it? It's just more people complaining. It looks like the sentiment of dystopian overreach resonated strongly among critics, with one commenter stating, "Okay, this is the first actual dystopian thing I have seen." Really? The first? Okay. Have you been living under a rock for the past 5 years? This is the first dystopian thing you've seen? Well, that you ought to listen to Weird AF News more, because you will be introduced to dystopian themes every week on Weird AF News. Every week there'll be a story that makes you scratch your head and go, wow, I don't know if we have much longer on this little rock, which is a very liberating feeling because then you can live your life. Just live it up. Live it up. Do heroin if you want. That's your thing. No, don't do heroin. Please do not do heroin. I have to reiterate this again and again. Some of you out there are like, Jonesy, if we can't do heroin, if you're not suggesting heroin, what do you suggest to extract ourselves from reality? Well, have you tried half a dozen margaritas? That's a good time. Okay, now the article wraps up by saying the current bathroom advertisement system in China represents an evolution of China's ongoing experimentation with bathroom technology. Ooh, what sort of bathroom technology? A little bum gun? Oh yeah, I meant to ask, why isn't there bum guns in China? I'm sure there are some bum guns in China, but why not do the bum gun? In Thailand, the public restrooms have bum guns, and so you just don't really use toilet paper at all, or hardly at all. I should probably define bum gun. It's a little hose with a garden hose sprayer at the end of it. It's much smaller, but it's a really cute little bum gun, and you spray a little bum with the gun. You spray a little bum with the bum gun, and then it's it's so wonderful. What a great time. When I was in Thailand, it's known as the land of smiles, and after experiencing the bum gun myself over there, I was like, oh, now I know why they're always smiling, because it's a great way to clean your bum, and it feels really good. And it just does such a better job at cleaning your bum. I mean, your bum's really clean all the time. I mean, isn't that great? Have you ever had your bum that clean all the time? I mean, it's a great way to go about your life. So why don't people use the bum guns? Now we wouldn't even have to, use so much toilet paper. And that's better for the environment, right? Sort of. Might be. I don't know. All right, back to the article. It says in China in 2017, facial recognition dispensers were introduced at tourist locations, limiting users to one 60-centimeter strip per scan with a 9-minute waiting period between users. By 2019, these systems had extended the waiting period to 10 minutes per person. I've never even heard of these facial recognition dispensers. Is that so you only will take a limited amount and you won't steal all of the toilet paper? Unbelievable. Well, China's very close to a Black Mirror society more than most places, I'd say. And if you don't get my reference to Black Mirror, then shame on you. Shame on you. You should be familiar with Black Mirror. And FYI, if you enjoy Weird AF News, you would love Black Mirror. Right? I assume a lot of you have watched it. But if you haven't, please avail yourself of this wonderful TV series streaming series that's gone away. I don't know why they don't make more of it. You could make one every week based on just the news, based on just the Weird AF News, couldn't you?
When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
No, we got. Hey, how are you, my loyal listeners, friends of the show? Thank you so much for spending some time with your buddy Jonesy in this episode of Weird AF News, recorded solo inside a closet. It's a padded closet, though, for your listening pleasure. Thank you. Highly caffeinated, and I want to thank everybody that keeps me that way, which is a lot of you. A lot of you bought me coffees. A lot of you have joined the Patreon. That just keeps me highly caffeinated. I've been enjoying this particular aspect of high-end coffees lately, and I don't get them often, but sometimes I got to reward myself. Have you had the sweet cold cream tops on these coffees? Now, this is going to sound like it's not very, traditional. You're probably thinking like, oh, Jonesy, black coffee, no sugar. No, yeah. Sometimes I do that too, yeah. But I've been enjoying these cream tops. The place near where I've been staying offers a banana cold foam cream on top. Wow, and it just changed your life right there. It's just unbelievable. I recommend trying it. You find various flavors. There's a pumpkin one. There's a vanilla, salted vanilla. I had an ube. Oh, my goodness. Listen to what I got on, this was yesterday, right? Yesterday was Sunday? Yesterday. I got, this place does a Vietnamese iced coffee with an ube cream top, like foam cream. It was just mind-blowing. Oh, I didn't get a picture of it. I should have got a picture of it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start taking photos of some of these amazing, just, futuristic Black Mirror coffees, that I come across sometimes, and I'm going to post them for you guys to see. That's what I'll do. I mean, that's probably really uninteresting, but whatever. Anyways, I got nothing to read or no reviews to. No one made a donation over the weekend or anything, so I don't have no thanks and praise really for anybody in particular. So just want to thank you. Just want to thank you for spending some time with my podcast. Thank you so much. Without you, where would I be? I wouldn't have an audience, and then I wouldn't. Why bother doing this at this point, anyways? So thank you so much. Hope you're starting your week out on a good foot, and have a great day. Good luck with your life, man.